Ja, koja... Ono, smeti neke.
Dobre, už by mali byť všetci.
Da, ali ovdje treba nešto ovdje tu da...
Teraz, keď tam... A teraz, keď... Počkaj. Okay, everybody, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, hello. Nice to see you again. So can we start? Okay, hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Ja, izvini, meni je ovo moje polje. Jel ima tu nešto da sliknem ili to? To je to, a? Ništa više. Čujem.
Nado, mutiraj se, Nado.
Good morning.
Good morning. Da, samo to znači će sad uskoro.
Okay. So can we start our meeting, please? Is everybody ready? Okay, dám to do chatu. Dobre, už sa mi utli. Dobre, OK. Pán riaditeľ, môžeme začať?
Áno,
OK.
môžeme.
Uvidí z oka, pije kafu.
Prosím? Okay. Thank you. Okay, so let me introduce our headmaster Miroslav Mihal, and he would like to welcome all of you. Okay, so I will give a word to him. Okay, môžete.
Dobrý deň prajem všetkým. Pozdravujem účastníkov online stretnutia dvoch partnerských škôl v rámci programu Erasmus+. Osobitne chcem pozdraviť našich srbských partnerov. Som veľmi rád, že i napriek zložitej epidemiologickej situácii v obidvoch krajinách ste neodstúpili od zmluvy a obidvom školám sa darí v projekte pokračovať a naplňať jeho ciele.
Okay, so I will translate this part. So I am greeting all the participants of both schools of our partnership of Erasmus Plus program. First of all, I want to welcome our Serbian partners. I am glad that in spite of a difficult situation in both countries, we didn't withdraw from the contract and both schools successfully work on planned project activities and thus fulfill the aims of the project.
Milí srbskí kolegovia, veľmi pekne vám v mene všetkých mojich kolegov ďakujem za zorganizovanie predchádzajúceho online stretnutia. Program bol pre nás veľmi zaujímavý a poučný. Verím, že aj program, ktorý si pre vás moji kolegovia na nasledujúce dni pripravili, bude pre vás tiež inšpirujúci.
Okay. Dear Serbian colleagues, I'd like to say big thanks for organizing such a great previous project meeting. The program was very interesting and we could enrich our pedagogical process and experience. I believe that the program which is prepared by our teachers will be inspiring for you as well.
V tejto súvislosti si ale zaiste obidve strany uvedomujeme, že žiadne takéto online konferencie nemôžu nahradiť osobné stretnutia, čo je vlastne filozofiou programu Erasmus+. Taktiež veľmi podstatnou súčasťou naplňania programu projektu sú i osobné stretnutia žiakov obidvoch škôl.
Okay. Anyway, both sides are aware of the fact that online meetings can replace personal engagement, what is literally the philosophy of the Erasmus Plus program and partnerships like that. Very essential part of this program is a personal engagement of our students as well, and I strongly believe it will be feasible during the next year.
Preto sa teším na to, keď nám to epidemiologická situácia v obidvoch krajinách dovolí a sa na jednotlivých školách všetci osobne stretneme a v neformálnych rozhovoroch sa porozprávame aj na témy, ktoré nie sú v oficiálnom programe stretnutia. Pevne verím, že sa toho dočkáme. Záverom vám prajem všetkým úspešné rokovanie.
Okay, I hope that this difficult situation will get better, and certainly all of us are looking forward to meet each other in person in our countries, and during non-formal talks we will be able to discuss also the topics which are not the subject of the official program. I wish all of you a successful course of the meeting. Thank you very much. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you.
Okay, so now I would like to introduce our project at first, okay? Then according to the agenda, all the participants will introduce themselves, and my colleague Janka Bilovska will introduce our school, okay? And then after the break, there will be a presentation about ICT, and after the second break, there will be a presentation about the conceptual model of highly equipped and connected classroom. So this day will be a little bit maybe scientific, so I hope you will enjoy it. Okay, so let me share. No, čekám, kým sa mi to spustí. Jo, už ide. Okay, can everybody see it? Okay, can you see the screen? Okay, so let me welcome you, all of you, in our meeting. I am very happy to see all of you. I can see also some new faces. So our family has grown a little bit. So this is very nice. And I wish you a nice time together with us. And I hope you will enjoy it and you will feel fine. Nech si mutne mikrofón. Pán raditeľ, mute si mikrofón. Okay. Okay. I think we have our headmaster is solving some problem with our mayor. He's not able to connect our meeting. So viem, ale už sem mám otvorenú prezentáciu. Okay, so let's talk some words about our project. So I'd like to introduce our project, say something about it from the beginning to up to now. Okay, I'm sorry. There are some people waiting. Okay, I think that's all. Okay. Okay, so during our previous meeting, Jordana introduced the project in a nice way. So we have already known a lot about it. So I promise I will be a little bit shorter. But anyway, we have some new faces, which maybe didn't see Jordana's great presentation, so I will just tell you some words about it and show you some things. Veď to nejde prepínat, Rudy, ta prezentácia? Nevím. No jde, ale aj to jsem zkoušela. A musím toto potentovat.
Šipkama, potom už keď sa tam prepneš hore, tak potom tá prezentácia
Okay. So I am sorry for technical problems, but it is a part of the meetings like that. Okay, so our project began during the contact seminar in Tromsø, Norway in January 2020. It was organized and funded by, in our country, Slovak Academic Association, and each country has its own national agency and focused on key 229 strategic partnerships. The name of this seminar was use of ICT in pre-primary and primary education. This is the aim. This is the topic of our project. It was participated by 40 teachers from 12 European countries. You can see the name of these countries on the screen. And the aim was to inform the participants about Erasmus Plus program, about e-twinning, and to find partners for a new Erasmus Plus project. The program consisted of lectures, workshops, visits, educational trainings, various activities using e-twinning, cultural and social activities as well. And at last, we could enjoy wonderful nature, 350 kilometers behind the polar circle, see some polar lights, experience polar night, taste typical seafood, and meet amazing project people. We could make new friends, and finally, we could find project partners. This is a small gallery. As you can see in the pictures, we visited some Norwegian classes, which were really fully equipped with ICT technologies, with some computers, interactive whiteboards, tablets, TV screens. Here you can see the photo of all the participants. We participated in lots of workshops, teachings, seminars, and also we visited some educational center. And this photo is from some activity, which was my personal activity. I took part in dog sledging experience at night. So I took a nice photo with a puppy of husky. These are some pictures of beautiful town of Tromsø. As you can see, Tromsø is situated on the island, and you can get here by plane or using this bridge, which you can see in this picture. You can also see some polar lights over the town, dog sledging, and beautiful town during the day and during the night. So Jordana from Serbia, Shine, Ireland, and Daniela, so me, we formed a partnership. There, through some e-twinning activities in one of the workshops, we identified the same problems and decided to form a partnership that would benefit all participants of our school. We decided to develop an e-twinning project under the name This is How We Share, which would allow us to exchange ideas and work on identified problems. Unfortunately, Irish partners left our project just a few days after approval. So now we are happy to stay alive and work as a bilateral project. The picture of Shine is small because she left us. And this polar bear, it was my friend, but he didn't speak English, so we didn't want him to have it in our project. So the partners are coordinating school is, as you know, your school, partnership school, participating school is our school, Základná škola, Slovakia. There are some pictures of the schools. The aims of the project. So everybody now, we have been working on this project, on these objectives since the beginning of our project. So is the using of non-formal methods of learning and acquire to further develop the use of ICT skills. And there are STEM skills, literacy, and develop students' creativity, initiative, and raising their levels of participation. And also 3 specific objectives. And it is creating an empowered learning environment for students, increasing the number of teachers who are able to use ICT and teaching processes, and actually broaden users of e-twinning, and partnering with parents for the purpose of raising students' awareness of the importance and proper use of technology. So, so far there has been quite a lot. Short introductory video, pen post, project logo, European Day of Languages, Christmas card, International Day of Education, and first of all, the first teachers training organized by our dear Serbian partners. So here you can see some pictures. I think we have seen the videos about Slovak school and Serbian school during Jordana's presentation. So it is available on eTwinnings, it is available on YouTube, and it will be available also in this presentation. I am recording everything. And these are some screenshots of students' communication using eTwinning Space part members. And there is a quite pretty number of communication between our students. So I think they write each other regularly. So it is very nice and we enjoy it very much. This is a project logo. It was done by some Slovak students, and it represents all the crucial things and essential things which represents our project. In November, I think, we celebrated European Day of Languages by song competitions. So we were supposed to write a song in English and sing it. Unfortunately, we weren't able to do it because our students didn't go to school at this time. Actually, they weren't at school for 6 months, and now they are at school. I think they first went to school last Monday. So I hope they will stay at school. That situation won't get worse, and we will be able to sing. We have already some lyrics, we have music. So I promise we will do it maybe in a week. These are examples of Christmas cards. They were made by using of ICT by Slovak students in December as a December activity. Serbian kids didn't do it because they didn't celebrate Christmas in December. So it was just our part. We also celebrate another important day. It was International Day of Education. We did some presentations about importance of using ICT in educational processes. In Serbia, it was done by Alexandra, and in Slovakia by Rudolf. And after that, we made some questionnaires, analyses, and we found out that quite a lot the parents, because it was done mostly by parents, a great number of parents now ICT tools, some things connected with information and communication technology, but there is also a lot to learn. So they can do it by cooperating with us and helping us in the project. During the previous months, we realized some Zoom meetings. During these meetings, we talked about some problems, about some changings. We could adjust some activities according to the situation, which changed a lot, mostly because of our Irish partners who left. This web page was created by our Serbian partners as a coordinators. This is still in progress. We have already prepared some things which we are going to upload here. So everything which was done in the project will be visible here for everybody, for every guest of this web page. So it will be it will be done in a short time. So everything which is going to be and everything which was done will be visible here. At last, I would like to talk or to tell you some words about the first teachers training, which was organized by Serbian partners. So at the time from the 12th to 16th of April, we traveled to Serbia. Actually, we didn't travel, but liked something like that. And we participated in online meetings, Zoom, Google Meets, Google Classroom, and it lasted for 5 days. During this meeting, we learned a lot of very useful things, and we liked it very much. At first, Jordana and Alexander welcomed guests, as we did it today with my headmaster. They introduced their school, the project and meeting agenda. Then participants presented themselves, and their e-twinning was presented. How it works, how to make and set project, how to do a successful project, which could be very successful and evaluated. And we were amazed by a class e-twinning as a support of existing curriculum, and their kids were talking about their favorite book characters. That was absolutely fantastic. And the second day, we could now how the teachers develop digital competencies in their students. That was a nice and very useful presentation. Then we could see e-twinning class. It was a drama class about cultural heritage. It was very nice. And you showed us how many things we have in common as two very close nations. Actually, we are preparing something similar for you. We made some proposals for a joint e-twinning mini project focusing on development of digital competencies. And we have already founded the project. We worked out aims, outcomes, the plan of activities, and it is going to be presented on Wednesday during the e-twinning day. During the third day, there was a great presentation by Jordana about developing English literacy and fluency. Very, very useful and very interesting. And this great presentation was followed by ICT classes when the teachers show us how to implement theoretical basis into the practice. The first class was in older students and 11 years old. It was an ICT class, I think via this Google Classroom by Jordana. And the second class was recorded directly from school with 9-year-olds using Smartboard by Alexandra. Both of them were fantastic, and the girls showed us that they are a fantastic teacher which can cooperate with their students in a great way. During the fourth day, there was a workshop, how to create a lesson plan to increase student literacy. It was done by Vesna, Alexic, and students were talking about their favorite book. And because it was like a workshop, also teachers were given some space to talk about their favorite book. And then, because one of the objective or aims is to parents' involvement, so school counselor told us some words or showed us some ways how parents could be involved into this into the student's life or into the school life, better say. And then parent council some parents came to school and they discussed how the partners from Serbia involve parents, and I think they were discussing some things connected with online learning and teaching, some positives, negatives, and so on. It was nice, the cooperation between the parents and the school. During the last day, we learned about something absolutely new for most of us, which was flipped classroom approach and concrete strategies to adopt it. And it was followed by a workshop, and we can practice and design some activities for the classroom. We could use activities which we did sometimes, or because I haven't done it yet. So we had a space to think about what to do, how to do. It was very useful. Then evaluation of the activities was done, and at last me and Jordana analyzed the evaluation sheets and discussed what was done, and we'll evaluate all the project or the meeting. In conclusion, what to say? Our Serbian partners prepared a week full of great activities, workshop, lessons, presentation, which was relevant to the activities stated in the application. All of them met the aims of the project. We learned a lot of new things, methods, ICT tools, strategies, and therefore we enhanced and enriched our teaching process. At the same time, we could enjoyed wonderful time with new friends, colleagues, and had a lot of fun. Now we are happy to see you again, to work and cooperate with you, and hope to show you something new from our educational process. We wish you a nice time together with us, and we are very happy and proud to be able to host you in our school. Thank you all for your attention, dear friends. Thank you very much. Okay. And now I will give a word to my colleague Sianka Hudecova, and she will introduce our school to you. Okay.
Good morning. Hello, everybody. My name is Jana Bilovska, and I would like to introduce you our school. I have prepared a short, simple presentation. I hope you will enjoy it. It's not possible to present everything about our school in such a small place. So, to find more information about our school, you can visit our website, and it's full of activities, photos, videos. Okay. So the name of our school is Primary School in Borski Mikuláš. First of all, I would like to say a few words about our village, Borski Mikuláš. Borski Mikuláš is a village in Senica district in Slovakia. The first mention of it comes from the 14th century. Today's territorial arrangement of the village was determined by merging two original villages, Borski Mikuláš and Borski Pete, on 1st January of 1975. Area of the village is nearly 50 square kilometers, and the population is nearly 4,000. Here you can see a map of the Slovak Republic and where Borski Mikuláš, our village, is located. The greatest monuments of our village are two churches, It's a Roman Catholic Church of St. Nicholas and Roman Catholic Church of St. Peter, and the chapel of St. Mary Magdalene. This chapel is not directly in the village, is located on a nearby hill, Mary Magdalene, and this is the birthhouse of Jan Hori, our important poet who was born in Borski Mikuláš. At the birthhouse of Jan Hori, there are 2 rooms in his with equipment and documents and environment in which the poet was born. He lived his childhood and where he returned later as a student and as a priest. He is our most famous native. In front of his birthhouse, there is a monument with his statue. That was a few words about our village. If you want to know more, you can visit the website of our village, and this is our school logo. The author of the logo is Lea Slaviková. She is our student, and she is the winner of the school logo competition. Her proposal was selected from 22 proposals. Her logo depicts a boy and a girl under a pine tree, the crown of which resembles an open book. Our school consists of 5 separate buildings, 2 pavilions, first and second grade primary school, gym, school canteen, school club. We also have a big football ground, tennis court, athletic field, and playground for small children. The school has 17 classrooms, 4 computer labs, school library, outdoor class cabinets, administrative premises, and our staff composition. Our headmaster is Miroslav Mihal, deputy director is Simona Šediva, teaching is provided by 25 teachers. We have educational advisor, career advisor, prevention coordinator, informatization coordinator, website coordinator, coordinator for environmental education, coordinator for education for marriage and parenthood, coordinator for sports activities, coordinator for art activities, and many others. And non-teaching staff like cook, janitor are also needed for the proper functioning of the school, and it's 15 people, and we have 316 students. These are some pictures of our outdoor areas, and some pictures of our interior spaces. You can see classrooms, cabinets, library, gym, history of our school. The primary school, which still operates today, was built in 1964. A gymnasium, farm pavilion, and apartment building were also built. The ceremonial opening of the new premises took place on December 4, 1965. Also in the presence of television, 2 pavilions were opened: the gymnasium, farm pavilion, school canteen, and school apartment building. Alena Ulichová became the first director. The representatives of the school were Štefan Bulka and Hermina Šediva. In school year 1965 and 1966, 692 pupils attended primary school and employed 36 employees. These are some historical photos of our school. some words about the present of our school. At present, our school is undergoing executive reconstruction. The gym, school canteen, school clubs, playgrounds have recently been renovated. Unfortunately, the overall appearance of the school needs reconstruction, but the problem is the unsettled land under the school. The school also tried to increase its attractiveness by participating in various projects with the help of which we want to make the school healthier, greener, and more attractive. These include the project Blue School, Garbage Can, School on a Bike, Get to Know Your Region, Bookmark and Viruses, and many others. These are present pictures of our school and life in our school. School is not just about buildings and classrooms, but mainly about teachers and students. Teachers in our school are highly qualified, educated, experienced, and they teach in a creative way. They take care of every student individually. Our students are creative and hardworking. They are successful in many sports and knowledge competitions. Life in our school is very varied. Many activities and projects take place here. We all perform our duties and challenges with great enthusiasm. Here are some pictures of our school life. And as I said on the beginning, it's not possible to present everything about our school in such a small space. To find more information about our school, you can visit our website where you can find more information, photos, videos, and so on. So thank you for your attention. That's all from me.
Okay. Thank you very much to my colleague Janka Bilovska for introducing the school. And now we are going to have a short break. Okay, so we will, what's the time? Okay, we will meet in 10 minutes. Okay, is it okay for you? So see you at 10 to 9. Bye-bye for now.
Ja malo pričam, i vidi Zoka pije kafu. Nadzorno. Dobro, oni su ugasili kameru. Starosta. Koji sad ovaj lik, ovaj mi lik neki nov.
Cultural referent, coordinator, to je jedno. Dobre. Povedz, že sme sa zdržali, lebo sme čakali na nich a pridávali sme tam majora. Počkaj, ja som mute, nie som.
Okay, I think break is over. Could we start again with another part of our project or of our meeting? So we were waiting for our mayor, and I would like to introduce him or just wave and greet him, okay? Pán starosta, si tam, zakývaj nám. No, we are waiting for him. I am sorry for these problems. Oh, okay.
A už ťa počujeme.
Dobre, okay.
Dobre.
So this man is our mayor, not this one, this is Rudy. Okay. Pán starosta, niečo nám povedz, kľudne v slovenčine, niečo daj, nejakú vetičku. Iba, že nás pozdravuješ.
No, hlavne som rád, teda pozdravujem vás určite a som rád, že vás konečne vidím, že sme sa spojili.
No, super, okay.
A dúfam, že teda chceme prispieť aj my k tomu projektu, aby sme nejako operovali, teda aj s druhou stranou.
Jo.
Tá pani to je asi z toho Srbska, či?
A polovička tu je zo Srbska. Väčšia polovička, lebo oni vlastne sú jak škola, ktorá prišla k nám na návštevu, takže väčšina.
Áno, ja vidím len jednu teda pani a vidím naše pani učiteľky.
Okay.
Takže fajn, no a povedám, však dúfam, že budeme úspešní a budete napredovať.
Okay.
Dobre.
Dobre, thank you very much.
Čau,
bye. So, okay. Now I will give a word to prosím.
Prosím, obecný úrad.
Danny is working on muting our mayor.
Okay, so I'm very sorry for this disturbing and the chaos with connecting of our mayor. He would just like to wish us a great time and a lot of success during our meeting. Okay, so he's very busy man, so he wasn't able to go earlier on time. I am very sorry for him, and I think it will be okay. So. And now I will give a word to my colleagues, Rudy and Dominika, who will tell you about the role of information and communication technologies while improving educational process. So here you are.
Okay, thank you, Danny, for the word. We are together, we are here. Hi, together, just everyone will have his own computer. Rudy will share the presentation. He will speak in Slovak language. He will present the Slovak part, and Afterwards, I will say everything in English so that you can also understand.
Si směl ty sluchátka.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Hello everybody. Úloha informačných a komunikačných technológií pri zdokonaní vyučovania vyučovacieho procesu v základnej škole.
Okay, so that is the headline in Slovak language, and in English it is the role of information technologies, ICT. Musíš mi to prepnúť. Ďalší slide.
Ja som tam chcel ešte toto tam prvosníku, vieš?
Dobre, potom. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay, so the role of information and communication technologies in improving teaching and learning processes in primary school.
Radi by sme vám predstavili informačné technológie, využívané nielen na základných školách, ako úlohu majú vo vyučovaní, ich výhody aj nevýhody.
So we would like to introduce the information technologies used primarily in primary school, but not only in primary school. What role do they play? What are their advantages and disadvantages?
Základné IKT vybavenie. Medzi základné IKT vybavenie určite patrí PC v triede, notebook učiteľa, dataprojektor, ktorý môže byť spojený s interaktívnou tabulou, ktorá je pridanou hodnotou a umožňuje lepšiu interaktivitu žiakov z IKT. Alternatívou k interaktívnej tabuli môže byť grafický tablet, ktorý umožňuje prenos písaného textu a obrázkov do digitálnej podoby. Pomockou pri práci učiteľa je vizualizér, pomocou ktorého je možné žiakom premietať rukou písané poznámky a nákresy, ale aj živé prírodniny, prípadne fyzikálne a chemické pokusy.
Okay, so the basic ICT equipment certainly includes PC or a teacher's laptop that is connected to the internet for better work, and also a data projector which can be connected to the interactive whiteboard, and altogether it is an added value which allows better interactivity of students with ICT. An alternative to an interactive whiteboard can also be a graphics tablet, which allows the teacher to transfer the written text and also some images to digital form so that students also can see them on the screen. The visualizer is another help of teacher. However, I would say that the visualizer is helpful and useful for teachers who teach chemistry, mathematics, physics, maybe biology, because you can show them notes, you can show them drawings, mathematical equations, physical equations, and also some natural products, experiments also. So these are the great ICT helpers.
Dôvody na implementáciu IKT do vyučovacieho procesu sú náraz množstva informácií, z ktorých je potrebné sa zorientovať, potreba rozsiahlejšieho vzdelávania, aké je možné získať v školských laviciach, posilnenie aktívnej úlohy študentov v vzdelávacom procese, potreba rýchlejšieho a kvalitnejšieho získavania informácií, možnosť využiť individuálny časový harmonogram výučby.
Okay, so why to implement ICT to the teaching process? Definitely there is an increased amount of information which is necessary to adjust to. There is a wider range of information and of education that needs to be obtained by students at school. We need to strengthen the active role of student in the educational process so that his role is not passive and that he is more active during the learning process. The need for faster and better information gain and the possibility to use an individual teaching schedule. The use of ICT can intersect with all parts of the lesson, and it is only up to the teacher to what extent he will use this technique. ICT, I think, has proven especially worthy in the initial stages of the teaching process, also with motivating students, with the interpretation of the curriculum and what is done on the lesson. Okay.
Využitie IKT sa môže pojednať všetkými časťami vyučovacej hodiny. Je len na vyučujúcom, v ktorej časti a v akom rozsahu túto techniku využije. Využívanie IKT sa osvedčilo najmä v úvodných fázach vyučovacieho procesu, pri motivácii žiakov, ako aj pri výklade samotného učiva. Pri upravení vedomostí dobre poslúžia aj rôzne interaktívne cvičenia.
Okay, so the role of technology in teaching, ICT as a tool in education. As I have already said, it is only up to the teacher to what extent he will use the information technologies. He can use it for the explanation of the educational process, also for the fixing of the curriculum, to get some feedback from students, whether it is oral examination or tests designed for student evaluation and even for stimulate events as a simulator.
Osvojovanie si vzdelávacieho obsahu. Pri osvojení učiva preberá u KT úlohu vizualizácie predstavených informácií. Nahradza klasické nástenné mapy na geografii alebo dejepise sa stávajú takto interaktívnymi. V rámci biológie sa nahrádza použitie IKT priame v pozorovaní prírodní, či už využitím dataprojektora alebo spolu s mikroskopom, s kamerou aj pozorovanie mikroorganizmov. Pomáha na hodinách zrýchlené pozorovanie dejov, ktoré by reálne trvali oveľa dlhšie. Pomocou vizualizéra možno pozerať biologické, fyzikálne alebo chemické pokusy, ktoré mohli byť nebezpečné pre žiakov.
Okay, so it is also better for learning the educational content. When mastering the curriculum, ICT takes on the role of visualizing the presented information. For example, on different subjects, it can have a different role. For example, geography and history, it can replace the classical wall maps. When teacher wants to show an exact place, he can use a picture or maybe a video, and therefore the lesson becomes more interactive. On biology lesson, ICT replaces the direct observation of natural products. When using a data projector and microscope with camera, it replaces the observation of microorganisms as well. And also I would like to add that for this, we can also use the visualizer, which is a great help. It helps to speed up the observation of events during the lesson, which in reality would take much longer. Also, when we are on biology, for example, when we have something about which would take much longer time, we can watch a video and just in few minutes we can see what we would have to observe for several days or maybe months. Visualizer to observe biological, physical or chemical experiments that could be physically dangerous for the students or for the teacher.
Vzdelávacie portály predstavujú veľkého pomocníka pri príprave učiteľov na vyučovanie, pretože väčšinou združujú viaceré typy informácií, ako sú texty, fotografie, obrázky, videá a animácie. Môžu obsahovať prezentácie, podklady pre interaktívne tabule. Ich súčasťou môžu byť už hotové online testy, kvízy, prípadne je možné si ich pomerne rýchlo a ľahko vytvoriť. Stávajú sa tak pomocným dielom pri vysvetľovaní učiva, ale aj pri jeho upevňovaní a hodnotení. V nasledujúcom prehľade si prejdeme najznámejšie a najviac využívané vzdelávacie portály.
So educational portals, they are a great help for teachers in preparing teacher for teaching, as they usually combine several types of information such as text, photographs, images, videos, animations, and anything you can imagine. They can also contain videos and presentation for better explanation of the curriculum. They can also contain interactive animations, online tests, crosswords, word games, puzzles, worksheets on almost any topic, and online tests. I think that online tests can be created relatively quickly and easily, and thus they become very helpful not only in explaining the curriculum but also in evaluating it. So in the following overview, we will go through the most famous and most used educational portals, both for our schools and also for English teachers.
Portál wiki.edu.sk vznikal ako alternatíva alebo náhrada portálu Planeta vedomostí. Portál obsahuje rozsiahlu databázu videí podporovaných pracovnými listami, určených pre žiakov 2. stupňa základných škôl a pre stredoškolákov. Pre učiteľa predstavuje len pasívne preberanie už vytvorených materiálov a neumožňuje mu, aby si vytváral vlastné. Jeho výhodou je, že pre všetkých učiteľov bezplatný.
Okay, so educational portal wiki.edu.sk. It is a central repository of digital educational content and of online materials. The portal, it contains a number of videos that are used to explain the curriculum. The target group and the materials are especially for the secondary schools and high school students. Teachers, they just assign students an online material and that's it. A student can work on it at home, at school, wherever he wants. The task is always evaluated automatically, and so everyone immediately sees the result. It is very simple and without additional effort. However, it is not just for the students, it is also for parents and teachers. They can even form some groups, some classes. Also the whole school can be there as one group. It is very nicely organized. Teachers and students can work together, and parents, they can have the passive role just to watch the progress of his child. They can have the overview of his results. What is a disadvantage is that the teacher has a passive role also in creating. He cannot create his own work. He can just download the already created material. So that is quite a disadvantage. Okay.
Pre žiakov a učiteľov 1. stupňa základnej školy je určený portál Môj.SK. Obsahuje veľa animácií, videí a interaktívnych cvičení, ktoré je možné realizovať na interaktívnej tabuli. Obsahuje aj rôzne cvičenia určené na samostatnú prácu žiakov. Jeho nevýhodou je, že je potrebné, aby školákov a ich rodič za prístup na tento portál zaplatili, a takisto nemôžu vytvárať si vlastné testy a animácie. Jeho výhodou je množstvo materiálov, ktoré obsahuje.
Okay, another educational portal, moicosmics.sk. There is also a wide range of subjects with digital materials. The target group is different. This is mostly for primary school pupils, but the procedure is the same. Teacher assigns homeworks for students and they can work on it on their own, in their own pace, and whenever they want. They can also go through one subject as many times as they need to. The EduPortal contains videos, animations, interactive activities, which can also be presented during the lessons on the interactive whiteboard. Just a small disadvantage is that it is necessary to pay for the access, so there is no free version. And teacher is again not able to create his own tests and animations, and he has to use with what is already there and created.
Portály Zborovňa.sk je alternatíva pre žiakov bez triedy.sk a patria medzi najobľúbenejšie a najpoužívanejšie portály na školách. Portál Zborovňa je určený pre učiteľov a jeho verzia pre žiakov nesie názov bez triedy.sk. Tento portál si vytvárajú sami vyučujúci. Vytvárajú prezentácie, učebné texty, pracovné listy, materiály pre interaktivné tabule, testy a písomné práce. Je určený pre vyučujúcich od materskej školy až po stredné školy. Obsahuje širokú škálu predmetov. Tieto materiály môžu zdieľať medzi sebou nielen učitelia, ale môžu pomocou portálu bez kredit posunúť aj svojim žiakom. Súčasťou tohto portálu sú aj online testy. Výhodou portálov je, že vstupuje ako aplikácia mobilné zariadenia. Medzi výhody a nevýhody portálu patrí obrovské množstvo materiálov, ktoré nemusia byť všetky dostatočne kvalitné, ale učiteľ si ich zasa môže prispôsobiť svojim potrebám a prípadne doplniť. Medzi výhody patrí určite možnosť vytvárať si vlastné online testy a keďže je portál priamo prepojený aj so žiakmi, tak umožňuje tieto testy ľahko administrovať a vyhodnotiť. Za menšiu nevýhodu považujem, že škola musí za prístup k týmto materiálom zaplatiť. Výhodou je, ale že v tomto poplatku sú okrem učiteľov zahrnutí už aj žiaci.
Okay, so portál Zborovňa and bez triedy. This is, I would say, one side or two sides under one. The Zborovňa.sk, it is portal for teachers, and the student alternative to this site is bez triedy. It is interconnected, and these two are among the most popular and most used portals in, I would say, in all Slovak schools. The materials there are created by the teachers themselves. They can create presentations, textbooks, worksheets, also interactive whiteboard materials, written assignments, and even online tests. Once it is created, it is always there for other teachers to use, and this is great help. When you need something, you just search, and you have got many results that you can choose from. The target group is maybe even from the kindergarten to high school, plenty of material. It covers any topic imagined, which is, I would say, both advantage and also disadvantage, because it is overcrowded with worksheets and with informations, and not everything is as detailed as you may need it, or maybe it is more detailed than you need it. So you have to just dig through many results till you find what you need, or you just go on and create your own. So in this side, you can also create your own works. Online tests, another great advantage during this pandemic era was that you can create your own online test, or you can choose an online test that was already created. And since these two portals, Bez triedy and Zborovňa, are interconnected, you can just send it to the wall of your students. They have it there and they have to work on it. It is also evaluated, so you get the percentage and even a mark that you would give him at school. So it is very good. You can even choose, you can send it to just one student, you can send it to your group or to the whole class. You can even set the date until which it is visible there. So they really have to work on it when you assign them to. Advantage, another, is that it is also available as a mobile app, which is very good for the students since they are always with mobile phones in their hands. And within this portal, there are educational games, just a few of them. Logopedík, mozgožrút, stroj na jednotky. These are the Slovak words.
Súčasťou portálu bez triedy sú aj edukačné hry, určené len pre žiakov nižších ročníkov, slúžia na lepšie opakovanie si učiva.
Okay, so these are the screenshots of the games of Logopedic, Mozgožrút, and Strojná jednotky. They are mainly intended for lower grade students. They serve for a repetition of what they have already learned at school, also of the curriculum as a whole. Very, very funny educational games for small children.
Portály pre vyučujúcich angličtiny. Učiteľia v rámci výuky angličtiny využívajú anglické portály, sú priamo previazané s používanými učebnicami, obsahujú interaktívne cvičenia, nahrávky a rôzne iTools. Pomáhajú žiakom pri domácom precvičovaní slovíčok a riešení domácich úloh. Viaceré z nich sa vyskytuje ako mobilné aplikácie.
Okay, so educational portals for English teachers. English portals are mainly just for the English teachers. They contain materials that are in accordance with the used textbooks, so that the teacher doesn't go beyond what the students should or need to know. They include interactive exercises, recordings, iTools, many different types of materials. They can be assigned as homeworks, or they can be worked on during the lessons, so they help students to practice vocabulary, grammar, or improve their skills such as listening, reading, speaking, and writing. Many of these educational portals are also available as mobile application, since English is taught everywhere in the world.
Oxford University Press, študentská podpora, interaktívne hry a aktivity, podpora používaných učebníc, učiteľská podpora, extra materiály k testom, učebniciam, metodické príručky.
The Oxford University Press, it is, I would say, the most famous site and the publisher and distributor of teaching materials for schools. The advantage of Oxford University Press is the subsite called ELT.OP.com, where are available both materials for students and for teachers. The student site is called Learning Resources, or you can find it under the Learning Resources. There are extra interactive games and activities, different subjects, different age groups, also additional materials to class books, which are used on lessons and with extra online practice. The teacher's resources, it is the teacher's side. There are extra materials on grammar, on communication, on other skills. Teacher can choose from the level of his course, subject for what he needs the material. There are various titles that they publish, and to each of the title is there an extra material.
www.oxfordlearnersbookshelf.com obsahuje interaktívne knihy z vydavateľstva Oxford, nástroje pre učiteľov, prezentačné nástroje formu pútavých hodín, či už tvárou v tvár alebo online, nástroje na sledovanie pokroku študentov v čítaní, nástroje pre študentov, interaktívne aktivity a slovník.
Okay, so another from the Oxford University Press is the Oxford Bookshelf, which is a site where there are interactive ebooks for download. It is both available in desktop and in mobile phone app. Tools for teachers, presentation tools for delivering engaging lessons on screen, or either face-to-face or online. The teacher can see students' reading process and progress. He can create an interactive learning experience. Teacher can play different audios and videos, play fun games and activities, show answers, present scripts, and expand images for discussions. On the other side, the students can keep track of their reading progress. They can download the certificate after they have read a book. They can improve their level of English. There is also a word count so that they know how many words they counted. And there is also a time that they spend on reading. Another advantage is that parents also have access to this application so that they can see the improvement of their child. Okay.
Stránka britishcouncil.org vytvárajú svetové odborníci na výučbu angličtiny. Žiaci môžu zdokonať svoje zručnosti gramatiku a slovnú zásobu pomocou vysokokvalitných kurzov a zdrojov. Dostupné materiály pre obchodnú angličtinu, tzv. Business English, teda aj platforma pre dospelých. Materiály všeobecnej angličtiny, zdokonalenie a rozvoj zručností a slovnú zásobu pri zábave, čítanie článkov a časopisov alebo príbehov, počúvanie podcastov, hry a zaujímavé videá.
Okay, another educational portal, British Council. I think you have also mentioned it in your presentation, so I will not go into the deep since everyone knows it already. Just a few words. It is the world's English teaching experts who create the materials. They are very good for improving skills, grammar, and vocabulary through high quality courses and resources. On this site are also available materials for business English, so it is a platform for adult learners as well. Materials in general English to improve and build up skill and vocabulary while having fun. Students can read articles, magazines, stories. They can even listen to podcasts, play some games, and watch interesting videos.
Vocabí je nová aplikácia, ktorá výrazne pomáha študentom naučiť sa cudzie slovíčka z okolokového jazyka rýchlo, jednoducho a efektívne. Učiteľ spravuje triedu, pridává balíky slov, napríklad raz alebo dvakrát týždenne. Študenti slovíčka precvičia na domácu holu pre stanovenie termínov. Učiteľ má prehľad o tom, kto si slovíčka precvičil a taktiež aj o tom, ktoré slovíčka robia študentovi najväčšie problémy.
Okay, so Vocabí app. It is a Slovak application. It is a new application that significantly helps students learn foreign words of any language very quickly, very easily, and effectively. The teacher is the one who manages the class. He adds packets of words once, twice a week, as frequently as he needs to. Students, they practice this vocabulary for homework before the deadline so that they come to the lesson prepared. The teacher has an overview of who practiced these words, who did his homework, as well as which words are the biggest problem for students to learn. Just some of the advantages that there is no installation required. They can use it via the browser. It works on any device, phone, tablet, computer. It uses artificial intelligence. It is playing and learning in one, which is very effective. Okay.
Twinning, platforma pre zamestnancov, učiteľov, riaditeľov škôl, knihovníkov a podobne, ktorí pracujú v škole v jednej z zapojených európskych krajín, aby komunikovali, spolupracovali, rozvíjali a zakladali projekty, zdieľali a skrátka boli súčasťou najzaujímavejšej vzdelávacej komunite v Európe.
E-twinning, I think everybody is familiar with this platform by now. So I will not go into the deep in this topic, just to mention that it is a platform for staff, for teachers, for school principals, or librarians, and everyone who needs it. It is interconnected for all European countries where they can communicate, collaborate, develop projects, share their ideas, share their materials, and simply feel and be part of the most interesting educational community in Europe.
Online vyučovanie. Aplikácie na online vyučovanie existuje nepreverené množstvo. Niektoré sú určené len na online textovú komunikáciu, ako napríklad Moodle, ale väčšina z nich sa začala orientovať na videokomunikáciu prepojenú s prezentáciou. Väčšina z nich ponúka bezplatnú základnú funkcionalitu, prípadne časové obmedzenie pri realizácii online hodiny. Je len na škole, ktorú platformu sa rozhodne. Niektoré online platformy potrebujú zvoliť tiež registráciu, prípadne prepojenie s ďalšími službami, iné fungujú aj bez predchádzajúcej registrácie študenta. Nevýhody online vyučovania sú zastaralá technika, pomalé internetové pripojenie, nedostatočné technické vybavenie, nedostatočná pripravenosť učiteľa žiakov na tento typ vyučovania a postupne upadá záujem žiakov pri dlhom vyučovaní online vyučovania. Okay.
And now online lessons. There are plenty of applications for online teaching. Some are intended only for the text communication, such as Moodle, but most of them began to focus on the video communication as well, which is linked to the presentation. I think by now, again, we are all familiar with this type of online lessons since we had to undergo this process. Most of them offer free basic functionality or time limit when implementing an online lesson. It is only up to school which platform it chooses. There are many of them. I think each has advantages and disadvantages, and the teachers or the school chooses which is best. Some of them need more complex registration or connection to other services, other work without prior student registration. So there are different ideas. On online lessons, they are practiced via the internet. It is the direct communication between the teacher and the student. It is an interconnection of teaching methods. Also, different ICT tools and techniques are involved in the teaching process, and they are available on mobile devices. A few disadvantages for the whole online teaching is that some students or teachers can have an archaic technology or obsolete technology, slow or weak internet connection, insufficient technical equipment, insufficient readiness of teachers and students for this type of teaching. And the biggest disadvantage is the gradual decline of students' interest in long-term use of online teaching, because as it was fun at the beginning, after 6 months of online teaching, it was not that fun for them. So.
Aplikácie na online vyučovanie, Google Meet, Zoom, Microsoft Teams, Google Classroom.
Okay, just to mention a few of the online teaching apps, Google Meet, Zoom, Microsoft Teams, and Google Classrooms. These are among the most used.
Online testy sa dostali počas vyučovania medzi hlavné metódy na získavanie spätnej väzby od žiakov a zároveň nástrojom na ich hodnotenie, ktoré ale bohužiaľ nemuselo byť vždy objektívne a veľa záležalo na žiakovi, ako k nemu pristupuje. Medzi hlavné výhody patrí aj prepojenie s viacerými online platformami výuky a samozrejme aj funkčnosť na mobilných zariadeniach.
Okay, online tests. During the online teaching process, online tests became one of the main methods to get feedback from students and at the same time a tool for evaluation of them. Unfortunately, it wasn't always objective and it depended a lot on the student, how he approached this method, because some of them were very good at it, although at school they were not. The main advantage include connectivity with several online teaching platforms and of course functionality on mobile sites. one can say that it makes the work of teacher easier. One would argue that it does not. It is, again, only up to the teacher which method he prefers. Disadvantages, it is not objective. Some programs, they acquire more demanding preparation and at least some technical skills.
Portál na vytváranie online testov je nepregradné množstvo. Vybrali sme najznámejšie portály, kde možno vytvárať testy a kvízy. Mnohé z nich sú platené ako ALF alebo úplne bezplatné ako Kahoot. Prepojenie so školským informačným systémom majú testy v programe EduPage, ktorý umožňuje výsledky testov priamo zapísať žiakom do hodnotenia.
Okay, so portals, programs, and apps for making online tests. There are countless portals for creating online tests. We have selected just the three most famous portals where you can create these quizzes. Many of them are paid, for example, as ALF, or they are completely free as a Kahoot. And thank you for Kahoot knowledge. The test in EduPage program have a connection with the school information system, which allows students to write the test result directly into the assessment. And the parent can, again, once it is put there, the mark, the parent can see it immediately. Okay.
Technika pri online vyučovaní, tu môžeme vidieť použitie vizualizeru alebo tabletu.
Okay, so just for imagination, the technical equipment that was used during online lessons in our school, it was the graphics tablet, which you can see below, and the visualizer on the right side.
Záverom môžem povedať, že IKT sa stáva neoddelnou súčasťou práce učiteľa a v terajšej situácii bude ešte väčší význam ako pri prezenčnej výučbe žiakov. Prezenčná výučba napomohla rozvoj online vyučovania a využívania IKT. Učitelia sa museli rýchlejšie zorientovať online výuke a začali využívať. Tým sa postupne zmenil aj štýl učenia a odozdávania informácií.
Okay, so in conclusion, we can say that ICT is becoming an integral part of teachers' work. What is more, in the current situation, ICT acquires even more importance than in the full-time teaching of students. Although full-time teaching has helped to develop online teaching and the use of ICT, teachers had to find their own way around online teaching much faster and started using it immediately. This has gradually changed the style of learning and passing on the information.
Ďakujeme za pozornosť.
And we would like to thank you for your attention. If you have any questions, just feel free to ask.
Yeah, I would just to say big thanks to my colleagues for a nice presentation. I hope you will like it and it will be useful for you and your educational process. So if you have any questions, just ask and we can talk a little bit and then we will have break. And after the break, there is going to be a last part of our meeting today. So if you have any questions, if you want to say anything, just let's do it.
Can I?
Yeah, of course.
Well, thank you guys. Thank you, Rudolf and Domi, for translating and explaining well. That was really educational, and we could compare, and we were talking here what we also use and what difficulties we also have with online teaching and so on. So I saw that one of the disadvantages that you mentioned, guys, was that students get bored and some of teachers are not maybe still prepared to use ICT. So how do you feel? Do you feel now more empowered after 6 months of online teaching?
I would say yes. It was it was from day to day that you had to change from the present teaching to the online teaching. And the first few weeks, I would say that they were quite challenging to get the students listen and teach and teach them that this is not a holiday, that they have to really work as if they were at school. But from the point of a teacher, I would say that I got used to it, and now it is okay. It is okay. It is not that hard as I thought it would be.
Okay. And also children are happy to be back at school because they need their friends. They need even their teachers to feel great together with their peers. And they are slowly waking up because most of them, they used to get up when they were at home, I don't know, at 9 o'clock, and they were so sleepy in the pajamas all the day. And now they are waking up and they are they are used to being at school and study again. So I hope it will be okay, it will work, and they will learn something much more than when they were at home. For us as teachers, it certainly better to teach them in person.
Thank you. And do you all use that platform that you mentioned? I think there were two. Domi talked about, I mean, both of you talked, but I understood only Domi. You talked about materials that you use. So do you prefer using materials from that site, or you prefer making your own materials? This is a question for all Slovak teachers.
I would say as the first, when I have to prepare for the lesson and I need some extra material, I always go to this site and I search through the materials, what is available, and if it is good, or if there is anything that I might need. Sometimes I use what is there, sometimes I download it and just change some things, or when it is not sufficient, I just create my own and upload it there so somebody can use it further on.
I'm glad to hear that you can use Oxford Learners bookshelf, because here in Serbia we can use only for teachers. Our Ministry of Education or our publisher group, they didn't pay for children's codes, so we can't use it, and it's very important for them. I like that. You saw last month that I have the same. We have the same books, but I think that it is very important for them to be connected, and I'm glad to hear how good and how useful it is for you when you can use your books and engage them in at the time when you use it.
Okay, so any other question to this problematic, or anything we can say was better like in Serbia? So sunny, yeah, we have very warm day today. It is going to be, I think, 27 degrees Celsius, but the wind is quite strong.
It's beautiful morning,
yeah,
and it's sunny. It's very
okay. Okay, guys. So thank you for your attention, and we will see each other in 10 minutes. Okay, so enjoy your coffee or go to the toilet, anything. Okay, see you soon. Okay. Okay, guys, so we are back. I'm very sorry. I just forgot one important thing. There was supposed to be a space for you to introduce yourself. So I just want to ask you, if you want to do it now, just tell us some words about you, your teaching, your personality or family maybe. So what do you think? When it would be better? Do it just now or tomorrow?
We can do it tomorrow morning.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine.
In the morning.
Thank you. Okay, so
guys can practice more.
yeah. Okay, so now I have got a presentation. Okay. Can you see it, please? Okay, fine. So this presentation is about a conceptual model for a highly equipped and connected classroom. It is very scientific, and maybe it will be a bit boring for you because it is full of facts and full of scientific things and terms. But I think it is quite useful, so you will tell me after I finish it, okay? So this model comes from the Digital Education Action Plan, which calls for digitization in education and using digital technologies in learning. The plan was adopted in January 2018 and set out how education and training systems can make better use of innovation and digital technology. It also supports the development of relevant digital competencies needed for life and work in an age of rapid digital change. It was followed by the second survey of schools, ICT in education. This model for a highly equipped and connected classroom defined a conceptual model for a highly equipped and connected classroom, presenting three scenarios to describe different levels of HECC and to estimate the overall cost to equip and connect an average EU classroom with advanced components of the HECC model. This model is based on 4 dimensions. The first is digital technology equipment, which refers to a large number of technologies that are used in educational settings for learning and teaching purposes, including hardware, software, as well as services. Next, network requirements, covering bandwidth and latency of the network, providing the foundation for successful education technology implementations. The next, professional development of teachers is focused on teachers' capacity building for the effective use of digital technologies in teaching, learning, and assessment practice, fast feedback, continual reflection, collaborative coaching, and other methodologies. The fourth point is access to digital content, reflecting the curricular requirements, like different level of complexity, accuracy, live connection, or interdisciplinary. So these are four dimensions. Anyway, to describe different levels of HECC, there were identified 3 scenarios. Entry level outlines the minimum and essential components of a highly equipped and connected classroom, limited number of components related to teachers' professional development and access to digital contents, and minimum network requirements. Then there is an advanced level, entails more advanced digital equipment, as well as greater number of teachers' professional development activities and access to paid for contents like maker kits, educational apps, virtual laboratories. The last, the most advanced and demanding one is a cutting-edge level scenario, and it is not usually used in primary education. Here you can see the short picture, and I will tell you about it in the next slides. So entry level of HECC, you should have one laptop for 3 students, interactive whiteboard, microcontroller for coding activities, word processing software, network connectivity, Wi-Fi, and also training for teachers is demanding face-to-face or online trainings, webinars, online open courses. And digital content requires educational software, digital textbooks, or gaming. Advanced level of HECC includes requirement of the entry level. So also interactive whiteboards with projector, platform as a service, 3D modeling software, classroom management system, service and network monitoring, teachers training, in-class coaching, full immersion courses, so more advanced level. And talking about content, it should be school kits, educational apps, ebooks, virtual online laboratories. And cutting edge level scenario of HECC, it is very, very advanced. So you can see it, every student should have his or her own laptop, also ebooks reader, VR headset, voice assistant, wearable wristbands, audio and editing video software, and ultra-fast broadband. And teachers should attend leadership trainings, and we must have stable cost. The application of the HECC model for primary education. So the 3 mentioned scenarios have been built and based on the assumption of a classroom part of ISET2, lower secondary educational level. The distinction between primary and secondary school varies significantly between EU member states, depending on the education system and integration of primary as secondary education. However, based on evidence from the literature and inspired by existing experience, the 3 HECC scenarios embed features that can be extended and applied across both primary and secondary education. So let's talk about the estimation of the cost to equip and connect the average EU classroom with advanced components. So it is based on a combination of desk research, market data collection, as well as a stakeholder consultation with national ministries and experts. According to the survey results, the average cost per student per year is in the range of 224 euro to 536 euro, including aforementioned dimensions. It depends, of course, on a particular school. If students are allowed to use their own devices, like tablets or mobile phones, or if they have devices like that. Presented calculation would always to be adapted to local conditions and needs of a specific school. European Union has important role to play in scaling up innovation in EU member states education system. Consequently, the European Commission adopted the Digital Education Action Plan in January 2018. I'm sorry. There are also several EU funding programs available for digital education projects such as Erasmus+ or European social funds. Erasmus+ includes the many successfully established tools for exchanging best practices and peer learning, e.g. through tools as eTwinning and School Education Gateway. I'm sorry, I must drink something. I'm talking too much.
Vodka?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Finally, investing in high quality education pays long-term dividends for European economy and for the overall prosperity of European societies. Innovation in education systems have a great potential to significantly improve learning outcomes, enhance equity, and improve efficiency. I would like to tell you some words about School Education Gateway. They provide more things. For example, you can stay informed with new content every week, including opinion pieces by expert, articles, interviews, up-to-date publications, and examples of practices. You can find resources such as reports from recent research, teaching materials created in a European project and training courses, and the European Toolkit for Schools with material on preventing early school leaving and self-assessment tool to help you develop your own school actions. Of course, you can develop yourself with the Teacher Academy, offering 3 online courses developed by our in-house experts, as well as webinars and teaching materials. And then last and very important for us, you can get familiar with funding through the Erasmus Plus opportunities, consisting of 3 practical tools: course catalog, mobility opportunities directory, and strategic partnership search for schools to prepare their Erasmus Plus application. This is a screenshot where you can see some courses which are going to be prepared. They could be online courses or on-site courses. Sorry. So everywhere across the world, people learn a good education is essential to build a better world. Now, I would like to tell you some words or introduce connected classroom across the world and 9 apps how to get in touch. Because students can learn from each other, from teachers, parents, and sometimes it's even better to learn from other cultures, other countries, and other languages. I would like to show you how to set up a connected classroom across the world, what are the benefits of global learning, and what apps can teachers and students use. So global learning comes in many forms. I think everybody knows how it works, but just to summarize, students making the trip of their life by studying in other countries, student exchanges between families with schools in different regions or countries, and a classroom connected with another classroom in another country. I would like to talk about the last one, how you can set up a global learning program in the classroom and what project would be interesting for the students to learn. There are some benefits of global learning. First of all, we should focus on similarities, because when students talk to each other in other cultures with other habits, thoughts that are very different, it might be a little bit scary. However, it appears that students talk more about the similarities they have than the differences. The songs they like, their favorite food, the things they enjoy, some pets, anything which they have in common. Also, a very important role is the personal growth. Students need to be independent. They can manage their time, organize, have social skills, be self-confident. Students that have grown up learning in a global classroom have a big advantage to other students. Setting up meetings, for example, with other students in the other international classroom comes with some planning and communication. Learning through inquiry, when the first few questions when students ask each other can sound silly or very simple, but if they are let dig deeper, we will see some extraordinary things coming out of our students' mouth. The little questions lead to bigger ones and send students down exciting paths that can lead to bigger global project-based learning opportunities and other projects. Also, cultural growth is very important because the world is enormous and has many secrets and things we just don't know. There is a huge value which comes from immersing students in a culture. Interacting with local students and understanding the way they live can be really eye-opening. So students can become the expert. It is not all about just connecting. We want our students to learn something, and we want the other classroom on the other end of the screen to do the same. The best way to do is just let them become the expert about certain topics, about their country, and teach the other classroom and the way around. They should emphasize each other, because looking into the other world stimulates open-mindedness and quells prejudice. When our students connect with a classroom, for example, Africa, India, they see what real students and real teachers look like in a far place away. They also learn that their fellow students are in need of books, for example, or some equipment or other classroom material. Just like that, the students spend a year gathering enough books for every student in their school. They can organize fundraising day or anything, and friendships are built and projects come to life. So these are 9 the most common apps how to connect classroom across the world. For example, so I will introduce just these 9 of them. Okay, so the first is Skype. Probably the most now digital video system there is. Use Skype to connect with international classroom. It's easy to set up, and you only need the internet connection. You can share links, share your screen, and chat with the other classrooms as well. Then it is Zoom. Now we are using it. It's more or less does the same as Skype, although it's more used to connect a lot of people with each other. With Zoom, people or students from all over the world can log in and start talking to each other. It's mostly used as a webinar system, but it is quite valuable for this purpose as well. I think it is nowadays, it is much more used than Skype, much more favorite. The third I would like to mention is Empatico. It's a free tool that connects classrooms across the world. They want teachers and students to explore the world through experiences that spark curiosity, kindness, empathy. Empatico combines live video with activities that foster meaningful connections among students. This tool includes automated matching between global classroom and has features that allow you to chat and schedule across time zones. There is a short video I would like to show you. To si musím dát dole.
Who we learn from and who we know create the foundation for how we think about others. Empatico is a free online learning tool for educators that connects students with their peers around the world to build relationships and deepen empathy. Our activities are developed by educators for educators and integrate seamlessly with your existing curriculum. To start today, visit empatico.org and select Sign up for free. Complete your classroom details, including student ages, activity preferences, and your typical weekly schedule. Empatico will find a list of potential classrooms for you to match with. Once you are matched, use the video and messaging tools to meet your partner teacher. Discuss the activity you'll do together and set the date and time for your students to meet. Empatico will manage time zone differences for you. You can also use Empatico's built-in tech test to check that your camera, microphone, and internet connection all work. Empatico provides resources like room setup tips and practice exercises to help you prepare your students for a successful meeting with your partner classroom. Currently, Empatico is for students ages 6 to 11 who can converse in English or Spanish. Classrooms need access to the internet and a computer or device with a camera. Empatico. Sign up today to connect your students to the world.
Okay. So this was a short video about how to use Empatico.
Good grammar and
Oh, I'm sorry.
you want to write essays that inspire, messages that forge brighter connections, and emails that give.
Okay. So the next one is Odyssey, is an online geography resource for primary schools. The website provides high quality primary geography resources. They want to inspire children with a deep and lifelong love of the subject. Odyssey aims to help specialist and non-specialist teachers deliver exceptional lessons. And to do so, they connect children with other classrooms and with specialists in the field. They tell their own unique stories. Here you can see some screenshot of this app or this material, but I couldn't find any video to be able to show here you. And the last or the next is Penpal schools. Penpal gives your students real students to talk to in another country. You can also participate in project with your students. These projects give students some guidelines and assignments. They have to talk about it with their pen pals on the other side of the screen. Here we can watch a short video again.
We can't hear anything.
A jak to je možné? nevím potom prečo. I'm very sorry you couldn't hear anything. I don't know why. Maybe it was on Vimeo, not YouTube. I don't know. What was the reason? Ani na tom predtým to nebylo počuť? A jak? Potom sem dojdeš, keď budeme ďalší. OK. So I'm very sorry about these technical problems. And the next one is EPOS, which connects you with the teachers and their students. You can find a perfect classroom with the same interests, same age. You can search for a classroom that is the best fit for you via the search filter. It will show you all the teachers that meet your requirements. Okay, the next is the website, Write the World, which gives you feedback to become a good writer. Here, students learn to write well by building a portfolio of their work. Students can enter competitions and challenges so they can get feedback from others and other writing teachers. So I would like to try it once more, okay? I hope it will be working. Poď mi to kúknúť, Rudy, co to chce. Dám to new share, áno?
Share sound.
OK. No, kde sa to včiel načítava? Toto. Ja neviem, co to chce už.
Welcome to Write the World, a community of young writers aged 13 to 18 from across the globe.
It's the place to publish your work and reach your writing goals.
Respond to our writing prompts from a range of genres and enter our monthly competitions.
This is my piece, titled Everyday Anxieties Compacted. I fear losing my learners the way my dad lost his full license. I drive exactly 1 kilometer under the speed limit.
Give and receive feedback.
Because when it comes to writing,
it truly is better when we're together.
Piece by piece, you'll develop a writing portfolio.
And most importantly, you will soak up the support from other young writers living all around the world.
But don't take our word for it. Start writing today. WriteTheWorld.com.
Okay, the next is Book Widgets. Book Widgets is a digital content creation app for teachers. As you want your students and the other students to make the same exercise applied under different circumstances, you will need to be able to share this work. You just create an exercise in Book Widgets and share the link with your students and the international classroom. Okay, so You can see some screenshots of this app or of this web page, and I can just show you how it works. Dobre, už tam mám aj ten sound. No, kde to je? Toto. Jo, to je ono.
Elementary level students love our game widgets. We've created a set of simple wizards that let you put together fun and instructional games the kids can do on their iPad, Android tablet, or laptop. In just a couple of minutes, you can create solo or group games tailored to your subject, language, or student skill level. Let me show you how to create a crossword puzzle. I'm teaching a series of lessons on English vocabulary related to traveling, so I'll have them practice it with a fun puzzle. I simply give the activity a title, and then list the words I want to have placed in the crossword, along with the description. By clicking the Generate Crossword button, the tool will automatically determine a good layout for the words you have chosen. Click Preview to see what your exercise looks like. This preview shows exactly what your students will see when they play with your widget, and it's completely interactive. I'll put in a custom background image for a more playful look. Once I'm satisfied with my widget, I need to get it on their devices. We've made this very easy and flexible by giving every widget a unique link. To send it to my students, I'll just share this link with them via email, Shobi, a learning management system, or pretty much any other app that allows me to share links. Students then click the link to play it on any tablet, laptop, or PC. Let's do one more, a group activity this time. Bingo. Every pupil will get a unique scrambled card containing the different words. All I need to do is list them here, one on each line. As a teacher, I'll now read out a description for every word, and students look for the corresponding term on their card. As soon as one of them gets 5 in a row, they yell, "Bingo!" Again, it's easy to spice things up by adding images to the mix. We have many more game types to choose from, and I encourage you to explore the examples to learn more about them. Besides games, we have widgets that help kids practice, memorize, and test themselves. Now it's your turn. Click the Start Free Trial button and try creating a couple of exercises yourself. Feel free to try them out in your classroom for the next 30 days, completely free of charge. There are many step-by-step tutorials available, or contact us anytime at support@bookwidgets.com. We're happy to help. Elementary level students love our game widgets.
So, in conclusion, we have great opportunities to utilize modern technical equipment and conveniences, as well as various iTools, apps, educational programs, and thereby make our educational process more interesting and concentrating for both students and teachers. It is very important due to the demands of a new age based on knowledges of technologies, or because of the labor market, which calls for young people efficient in use of new technologies. Having a project like ours is definitely a great challenge to fulfill these demands. Thank you very much for your attention. Okay, so now if you have any questions, just ask me, or any questions about the whole days, not just about this presentation, so we can have a discussion. Thank you.
Jedno pitanje. Gordana će prevesti. Koliko često koristite ove alate u nastavi?
She asks, how often do you use these apps in your classes?
We just use some of them, okay? Not during our online lessons, we use just some of them. But this is, I have just presented a model, okay, which could happen in the past, I'm sorry, in the future. So we started with this project, okay? We knew more about ICT and apps and ICT tools and things like that. And it is a great start, okay? This is the beginning. And we can improve and we can work on it. We can learn to use these apps, these ICT tools, and then we can start connecting classroom. We can equip our classrooms with this equipment, like mentioned, laptops and so on, things like that, okay?
If I remember from your presenting video, introductory video, you have a very well equipped classroom.
Yeah,
it's not
some of them. Okay.
HCC, but it's very well equipped.
Okay, we can say that we have the first model, okay? The first stage is the basic, okay? Not advanced, because a lot of things are still missing. And I can't talk about the third most demanding scenario, okay? So I think the first one is okay. We have 3 PC classroom, we have tablets, we had some robots and interactive boards, and we use them as often as we are able to. So we try, but unfortunately we couldn't, because our students just were at home. So now we are going to learn and teach them all the things which they have missed, and maybe we would like to use more ICT tools and more this equipment, but we must teach them all the things. And sometimes now in this situation, we don't use them very often, but we would like to. When the situation gets optimal and normal, we will certainly do it, especially after the experiences which we gathered from your previous presentations or previous meeting, and all the things which we must study. We have to study to prepare the meeting, to prepare activities and all the presentations, because we are learning as a teachers, of course.
Okay, ja bih sad, first I'm going to translate a little bit for our colleagues. Okay?
Yeah.
Daniela je pokušala da objasni kako i oni u ovom procesu uče poput nas, između ostalog, i da koriste i mnoge ove alate, posebno za vreme internet nastave. Tako da i želela je da nam ukaže na to da sve ovo između ostalog i služi tome da napredujemo. Evo, ja sedim ovde sa Zoricom, pa mi ona unapred rekla, a ovo ću sad prevesti našim kolegama, kako ona već napreduje sa svojim engleskim. Ona sve vreme prati na prezentaciji kako se piše na engleskom i onda sve bolje razume, bar je u toku dana rekla. Dani, I would like to say that a colleague of mine, it's a STEM teacher, biology teacher, Zorica Pančić, is with us, and she wants to say that she is advancing in her English. She is reading while she is listening, so it is good for our colleagues and our teachers. They're going to be more advanced in English too after this project. I have some questions too. I like the thing that you use book widgets, and as I can see, a lot of these platforms or tools are free, have free trials. And do you have to pay, or you have at least some help from your ministry or your school to use those platforms, or you paid on your own? Samo trenutak da prevedem i kolegama. Pitala sam, znači, da li ove platforme koriste, pošto su mnoge platforme koje se prikazuju, se koriste na nedelju ili 30 dana besplatno, nakon toga je potrebno ih plaćati, pa pitam da li imaju podršku od ministarstva njihovog ili na koji način to rešavaju.
Okay, so most of the apps are free, okay, but some of them must be paid for. So if you are interested and if you need to use them and if you have a feeling that it is really useful, so it can be paid from any fund. Even school itself can pay for it, or we can use Erasmus Plus project money for it because it is connected with the aims of our project. So I don't think it's a big problem. If you really want to do it, if you really need to use, and if it is really useful, it is not the problem to get the money, okay? You can use any funds, even the European Gateway or social funds, anything. There is a huge amount of platforms and funds where you can get money from. Maybe the projects are the best one, especially Erasmus Plus and project like that. And it is not much money, I think. Book widgets are very useful. It's very good. You can see in the while watching the video. But I used it for, I spent my trial. So in the past somewhere, I don't know. And we are going to pay for it because it's it is something similar like learning apps, but I think more advanced, yeah, and more useful.
Thank you. Upravo je Daniela odgovorila da na koji način možemo između ostalog da isfinansiramo. Eto, i ovaj projekat može između ostalog da posluži da i naučimo da koristimo neke ove platforme i da ih i u budućnosti isfinansiramo iz ovog ili sličnih projekata, a Book Widget se, bar se meni svidao zato što može da između ostalog učenicima 7. i 8. razreda da bude recimo između, ili Write the World takođe, ili Book Widgets koji možemo mi koristiti, a Write the World nešto što učenici mogu, što može biti baš učenicima korisno da razmenjuju svoje ideje. Danny, I also liked Write the World. It's very important for our students that they can communicate and they can write about their problems, about the food, and on any topic. So thank you for your time.
Yeah. Okay, fine. And I would like to use most of these apps in our eTwinning project. The name Mini eTwinning project. What tool is it? Okay, so we are going to try almost every of them while working on this project because eTwinning platform provides great place for it. Okay, so I am looking forward to doing it very much with our students and teachers as well. Okay, so guys, any other question to whole day? So a little bit about tomorrow. We are going to have STEM classes, okay? STEM classes just theoretical basis by Janka and Eliška. Then you will see a class using STEM. And then the rest of the day will be devoted to cooperation, parents with our school and parents involvement. And there will be also a parent meeting, okay? So tomorrow will be a little bit scientific and a little bit about the people, about the parents and how we cooperate, how we involve parents in our school life. So this is a few words about tomorrow. So, okay, I hope you felt well, you felt fine. You had a great time together with us, and I am looking forward to meeting you tomorrow again, okay? So, okay, can we finish? Okay? Okay, so see you tomorrow. Thank you very much for your attention.
See you tomorrow. Thank you.
See you. Bye-bye, guys. Bye-bye. Thank you.